So it looks like Uber suspended its services in California. And what does that mean for all my freelancers and my gig economy workers out there? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan Moore. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, and a creative entrepreneur. I like to make videos like these for other creative entrepreneurs who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live. So if that sounds like something that you're into, feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel where I talk about what it's like to be a full-time freelancer and building a business on your terms. And so today I wanted to come to you. I'm coming to you from the car. Ironically, I'm talking about Uber, and it looks like out in California they suspended the services, being that they had, the state had put it to them that they had to reclassify their drivers, all right, as employees, because all the people who work for Uber or Lyft or any of those type of rideshare services are typically classified as 1099 employees. So let me fix my screen here. And and basically, I guess California was just like, hey, we're not having that no more. You got to classify these people as employees because that's the way essentially that they're treating them. And so it's like, why am I talking about this on my channel right now? Well, with everything that's been going on, with the pandemic, and I'm a freelancer, I'm a sole proprietor, that's my thing. I do photography, video, I got a little bit going on with the e-commerce side as well too, but it's just an important lesson, at least in my mind, on why you should always have something that's yours. All right. So I get it that a lot of people, they don't have their own businesses. They don't provide some type of service. Maybe they don't have a skill or a trade that they could, bring to the market and sell. But if you do, you really need to try to focus and harness on that. Now, for people who are out there who are doing it part-time, that's one thing. If you're doing it full-time, that's a whole nother thing right there, because the thing about it is that when you have something that is your own, people always return to you for that product and or that service, right? So the example would be that if somebody is using Uber or Lyft, they're using that company. When they return to buy or purchase that product or service again, they're thinking in terms of Uber or Lyft. Now, you might have been a good driver, you might have gave the customer a great experience while with you, and I don't use the app a lot, so I don't know, I'm sure that you can probably request certain people, but that's no guarantee that you're going to get it, because maybe that day they aren't working, or maybe that day they're with somebody else, or whatever the case may be. And the thing is that, okay, well, they don't have you available, then Uber's going to send them somebody. They're going to have drivers in the area, right? Like, it's like you go on the app and you see that there's a driver around here or there, and somebody could be to you within so many minutes, and it's really convenient for the user. But for the person who's providing the service, it's like you're providing the actual service, right? But it's really Uber that's the company, Lyft, that's the company, that's who they're looking to, right? So if you're not there, there's still going to be another driver there to provide that service. And so that's why when it comes to having something that's your own, right, that's why I like to preach that, because if somebody comes to me for pictures, they come to me for a video, they come to me for some type of marketing, right, then whenever they're looking for that service again, or they're recommending that service to somebody else, they're recommending me. You know what I mean? Or, if you do something that's similar, they're going to be recommending you, right? They're not recommending, XYZ company that I work for as a freelancer, as a gig worker, right? As, you're just help for hire. Essentially, and that's the same thing that you are essentially, even if you're a sole proprietor, right? You're like, you're help for hire or a freelancer, but they're coming for you. They're looking for you. They're not so much looking for the other business. And so from what I'm hearing is that they're supposed to be holding a vote on this in November about whether they should be able to do this or not. And I know that's going to mess up a lot of things for a lot of people, because a lot of people love the ride share service that Uber and Lyft provides. But if you're a driver and you like to drive, maybe you could just provide your own services. Now, the whole thing is that Uber and Lyft gives you the infrastructure because they got the app set up and, they got all the technology and everything else handled on the back end, and all you have to do is connect and log on. But if you have some type of other skill, aside from driving, that you could utilize and bring to the market, and sell that service or that product, then, that's something that you should really consider taking a look into, because as you build your reputation, as your client base grows, as people see, your product and your service and your customer experience, and as long as it's good and you got a good product, right? At the end of the day, when people come back, they're going to come back to you. And when they recommend others, they're going to recommend others to you. And so, hopefully for all those people out there who are who are going to be experiencing, this whole thing with, California reclassifying and all this other stuff, that's only one state. But the thing is that could happen all over the place. You don't know what's going to happen. And when essentially you're working for a company like that, right, you have no control over the direction of the company. And when these, laws and different type of legislations come down on them, or regulations or whatever you want to call it, you have no say over that, right? It's just kind of is what it is. And right now is an interesting time because there's a lot of people out there who are, trying to do the best that they can with what they got. And Uber and Lyft provides a great opportunity for somebody to either make, full-time income or part-time income, just taking people from point A to point B, and it's a shame when something like this does happen. But it also is a lesson in having something that's your own, that you can put your name on, that you can put your stamp on, right? And when something happens or the market changes or the market turns, right, it doesn't matter. They're still going to be coming back and they're going to be looking for you, as long as your products and your services are good. So I was driving and it was just something that was on my mind. And, I just wanted to say to all those people out there who may have experienced this, that, hopefully, you can get back on track. Hopefully, they resume services out there, and, and you can, start providing some value, to others so you can get paid in the meantime. But it's just something to think about. It's like working a job. There's nothing wrong with working a job, if that's what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you don't own the company, you don't own the direction, and whatever happens, essentially you can always be a victim, not because of anything that you did, which is unfortunate. That happens a lot, and it's been happening a lot over these last couple of months. So for all my people out there, who are just trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live, I want you to, stay strong in all of this, and hopefully it all turns around and it works out. And, and if you don't want to be a victim, maybe consider, starting your own thing and bringing that and growing that. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of sweat. It's going to take a lot of effort, but, it's not impossible. So, that's just my message for those people out there, and for all my other freelancers out there, or people who are even considering getting into the freelance or the gig economy. If you're going to do something, you're going to really put the time and the effort into it, try to build something that's yours. So that's all I have for today. For all my people out there who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live, this is your man, Jonathan Moore, and I'm signing out. Peace.